Prime Minister Mark Carney met with his new cabinet for the first time Wednesday morning, and it ended the same way his very first cabinet meeting concluded, by signing what's called a decision note.
We're acting on affordability as we look to build out this economy. It's my pleasure on behalf of the cabinet to sign this order to deliver that tax cut.
The note says the government plans on introducing a middle tax class cut by July 1st, taking a full percentage point off the lowest income tax bracket. Finance Minister Francois-Philippe Champagne says this will save the average two-income family about $840 annually. Now, the note itself doesn't make the policy happen, but it tells the CRA to start preparing for it. The government plans to introduce a Ways and Means motion to implement the policy shortly after the House of Commons reconvenes later this month. But there is one spring staple that won't be on the agenda: a federal budget.
What we have today is a middle-class tax cut. That's step one. Step two, you're going to have a throne speech where we'll outline the Canadian government priority, and there will be a fall economic statement to follow. So those are really the sequence that you're going to see.
The government's fiscal year has already begun, and that spending agenda is normally set with the federal budget. Now, the government has already approved $73 billion in operational funding to keep the government running up until June 29th. When asked why there won't be a formal budget, Champagne says that Canadians already know the government's plan thanks to the recent election.
The frame remains the same, and in the building of the country, we need to invest in defense.
Is that why no budget this year?
We invest in infrastructure, and we're going to invest in housing.
The lack of a spring budget isn't sitting well with the opposition benches. Interim NDP leader Don Davies says the most basic function of Parliament is to authorize and scrutinize government spending, and there needs to be an economic plan tabled in June. David Baxter, The Canadian Press, Ottawa.